my name is Vivian, and this is my week 5 lab video regarding the sheep brain. This is a sheep brain. As you can see, it's much smaller than a human brain, which explains why they have less mental capacity than humans do. This is the frontal lobe right here. This is the frontal lobe. This is the parietal lobe right here. These two. The temporal lobe is located right here. This is the temporal lobe. The occipital lobe is right here behind. That's the occipital lobe. As you can see, it has a lot of folds and kind of like ridges. This is the gyrus. The gyrus is the fold right here. That's the thick part, and the sulci is right here. The discolored part. That's the sulci. It's the ridge that separates each fold from one another. And the longitudinal fissure is this one. It's the midline. It separates the left and right cerebral hemispheres. And the lateral sulcus, temporal lobe, it's right here. This is the lateral sulcus. It separates the temporal lobe from the parietal lobe right here. And actually, I read that in most people, the left lateral sulcus is actually like longer than the right, and also it's one of the first parts that develop at 14 gestational weeks. And okay, this is the cerebellum. It's like the little brain. It's Latin for little brain, and it looks like it. It's like a small version of the cerebrum. So this is the cerebellum. It controls the movement, coordination, balance, equilibrium, and muscle control. And the pons is right here. It's actually easier if this is the pons. Okay, I can do it right here. The pons is right here. Do like this. The pons is right here, and the pons is responsible for arousal, controlling autonomic functions like organ functions, visceral functions, and also it relays sensory information between the cerebrum and the cerebellum, and it also relays the information between the two. And the medulla oblongata is actually right here. Actually, this is the pons, sorry. This is the pons, this is the medulla oblongata right here. So the medulla oblongata is controls autonomic functions, relay of nerve signals between brain and spinal cord, and coordination of body movements. So a damage in like the medulla, it's really serious. It's hard for for the person to like function just like in the spinal cord. It's because there's no connection between the brain and the spinal cord, so it's not coordinated. And this part right here is the olfactory bulb. This is the olfactory tract is right here. This is the olfactory bulb, and the optic nerves are right here. Optic nerves are somewhere around here. Optic nerves, and the optic chiasm optic chiasm is actually right here. Right here, that's the optic chiasm right there. And the cerebral peduncle. Okay, the cerebral peduncle, it's somewhere right here. So it's actually easier if I do like this. It's somewhere right here. Right here. And the pituitary gland. The pituitary gland is right here. This is the pineal, this is the pituitary gland right there. And the cranial nerves. Now, okay, this is the optic nerve. I showed you the optic nerve. And then the oculomotor. They're really... Oculomotor. There's somewhere right here. Oculomotor. Then the trigeminal, oh no, I mean, this is the trigeminal, right here. What's that little one? It's hard to see. And then the abducens, they're the ones that are right here. The little ones, they're sticking, they're the abducens. The trochlear. Trochlear is somewhere around up here. It's hard to see. Sorry, like right there. I mean, it's very hard to see because they're really thin. Unless they're colored, then that's the only way, you know, that it's gonna be easier to see. So I try to point it out as much as I can. Okay, now we're gonna go to the deep structures. This is the midbrain right here. In between, that's the midbrain. And the corpora quadrigemina. So the corpora quadrigemina is this part. Kind of came off, but it's that part. And it's divided into left and right superior colliculi and left and right inferior colliculi. The superior colliculi is this part, the top part. The inferior is the right here. That's hard to see, but it's right there. That's the inferior colliculi. And the pineal body is located anterior to the colliculi. So it's right here. Right there. So now the sagittal section of the brain. This, as we know, is the cerebrum. The corpus callosum is this one, Josh. The corpus callosum is this one. Okay, the fornix is actually this one. This is the fornix right there. You can see that's the fornix. Then the lateral ventricle is this one, the big one. That's the lateral ventricle. The cerebral peduncle is right on this area, right here. It's hard to see. Right here. And the pons is this one. The pons is right here. The medulla is this one. It's right here. Right here. The fourth ventricle is located somewhere in here. It's the fourth ventricle, right around here. Then the corpora quadrigemina is right here. It's hard to see because this is off, but it's right here. The cerebellum with the arbor vitae. The arbor vitae is the white matter. So this is the arbor vitae right here. The pineal body is this one. This is the pineal body. And the last but not the least is the intermediate massive thalamus, which is right here. That's the intermediate massive thalamus. So that's the sheep brain parts. It's the same as the human brain, it's just that this is a smaller version of it and the human brain is a little bit bigger, you know. So thank you.